How's it going, everyone? Ryan Stevens here. We've been getting a lot of requests lately for lunch and learns and workplace wellness talks pertaining to if you're sitting at your desk all day, you're feeling stiff. What are some things you can do to feel better throughout your workday? A lot of studies show that moving throughout your workday, working some exercise into your daily habits can help increase productivity and help you feel better through the day, increase your mood, and get you through the day with a more productive mindset as well. So I want to show you our daily desk routine that we developed here at the Sports Physical Therapy and Performance Center. Real quick, all of these exercises you're going to do for 30 seconds each, and in total you can knock the whole round out in about 8 minutes. And if you do that once in the early part of your work shift, and then once in the second half in the afternoon, second half of your work shift, it's going to help you feel really good throughout the day. So here's the exercises we're going to talk about. First, we're going to focus on your foot and ankle, keeping them working well. I took my shoes off so you could see the motion. First thing we're going to do is called heel-toe rocking. Your feet are underneath your knees, and all you're doing is just going up on your toes as far as you can, and then rocking back and pulling your toes up toward your shins. Up on the toes, back on the heels. We're working on ankle range of motion. We're just flushing the system a little bit, and you're going to do that for 30 seconds. Real basic exercise, shoes on or shoes off. After doing heel-toe rocking, we're going to go to inversion, eversion. We call this open and close the foot cave. When I say the foot cave, I mean your arch here. I have very flat feet. I don't got much of an arch, so I got to really work hard to open it. All you're going to do now is, without moving the knees, you're going to open the cave and close the cave. Open and close. Open and close. So now we're working on range of motion in and out there. The last thing we're going to do is something called a short foot. All right, what we're trying to do is to shorten the distance between the toes and the heel, almost as if we're trying to squish the ground underneath us like this. So I'm going to be squeezing in, holding for a moment, and relax. Squeeze and relax. It's okay if you start to feel cramping in your foot and your arch. That happens. Work through it. It'll start to get better. But you're just going to do that for 30 seconds. Squeeze and relax. All three of those exercises can be done standing or seated. So that's your foot and ankle circuit, doing underneath your desk. Now we're going to move to the hips. So the hips tend to get tight if you're sitting a lot, so we're going to work on hip rotation and also opening up the front of your hips from chronic sitting. So first thing we're going to do is called seated Elvis. Elvis was a great dancer. We're going to work on his dance moves a little bit. You're taking your knee towards your opposite ankle, and just going back and forth, keeping your upper body still. You don't want to rotate excessively. You want to keep this in place, and you're just pivoting on the toes and working on hip internal rotation. 30 seconds of seated Elvis, followed by 30 seconds of figure four. So we're going to go the opposite direction. Now all you're going to do is bring your foot, press down. Bring your foot, press down. Foot to the opposite knee, just like that. If you have trouble getting it up on here, you can stay here for the whole 30 seconds and just work this range and then go 30 seconds on the other side. Or if you can't get it up all the way, just simply do a little river dance, getting your foot up in front of your other knee. You want to work that rotation. So that's the figure four. So you do seated Elvis, you do figure four. Now we're going to do half kneeling pelvic tilt. All right, we're working on the hip flexors a little bit. So all you're going to do is you're going to find your chair. You're going to put your knee underneath your hip. And the belt buckle, if you're wearing pants, or the top of your pants, your goal is to try and bring that closer to your belly button. So all you're doing is standing tall and pushing your hips forward. And all this is going to do is trying to lengthen the muscles in the front of your hip because you're sitting all day like this and they tend to short. So you're just standing up, you're doing a tilt and relax, and you're just repeating that for the 30 seconds with a tilt and relax. Squeezing your butt cheeks together, pinch a penny, make a dime. All right? Squeeze that, make it tight, and relax. If you need to be more aggressive because it feels really tight, you can go into a half kneeling position like this and do the same thing, and you're going to get more of a stretch there. That's your hip sequence. Seated Elvis, figure four, and half kneeling pelvic tilts either on the table, on the chair, or on the floor. Now we're going to go to the shoulders and the upper back. You're sitting all day, tend to get tight in here, weak back here. We want to keep this loose and we want to keep this strong. So the first thing we're going to do, open and close the box. Hold the box right here. Elbows are pinned to your shirt. You're going to open the box, close the box. Simple as that. 30 seconds. The whole time you're keeping your shirt away from your ears. You don't want to shrug. Open and close the box, 30 seconds. Okay? Once you're done with open and close the box for 30 seconds, and then we're going to do seated reach and rotate. So now you're going to hold the box out in front. One hand is going to stay out holding the box. You're going to pull back and rotate as far as you can. Pull back and rotate. The key here is to try and rotate your upper body as far as possible without your lower body coming along for the ride. Keep the other hand pressed out and get long, and your eyes follow your thumb as you reach and rotate. Last, we're going to go into back scratchers. Back scratchers is simply make a fist and just try and get that itch in the middle of your back. As far as you can. You can do it seated or standing with all three of these exercises. Open and close the box, reach and rotate, and back scratchers. It'll keep your shoulders and upper back feeling really good. And finally, we're going to bring it up with 3 exercises that kind of reinforce the motion that you just gained with some strength and toning. These are not high intensity exercises. These are more so just to activate the muscles. So the first one, sometimes during the day, we want to say get away desk. We want to get away from your desk, or you want to push your work away from you. It's basically a push-up with a plus, meaning that you're in push-up position against your desk. You're going to come down, and once you get to here, you're going to push your desk away from you just an extra inch or 2 away. Come down, push. So it's a push-up with an extra plus at the end, making sure that you're keeping your body in a straight line, and you can do it against the wall or you can do it on the desk. It doesn't need to be on the floor at high intensity. This is just to keep you feeling good throughout the day. 30 seconds of that. After that, we're going to do band row your boat. So if you have an exercise band, you can use that, or you can use a towel, or you can just use nothing and just work on the motion. All you're going to do right here is sit with your legs straight, good posture, thumbs up, and just pull. So we did the push movement pattern with the getaway desk. Now we're doing the pull movement pattern with the band row your boat. Even if you don't have a band, just simply going like this to squeeze. One key note, as you pull, don't arch your back. Keep your shorts pulled up, or your belt pulled up towards your belly button as you pull, to avoid compensating with an arch. Last one we're going to do, we're called desk dogs. Many of you have heard of the exercise bird dogs. We do it in rehab and fitness, where you're on the ground on all fours and you're doing an opposite reach. Simply put, all you're going to do is lean against your desk. You're going to take your opposite hand and knee and touch, and then get as long as you can. Touch and long. Touch and long. 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. Or if you're feeling good and you're in a rush, you can go touch and long, switch. Touch and long. We're working on activating your muscles in the back side, upper back and the lower back. We're also working on anti-rotation stability, which is really great for back health as well too. 30 seconds of all those exercises, and we're going to get a photo up in this feed as well too, with a list of the exercises. 30 seconds of each of these take you about 8 minutes during your morning shift, 8 minutes during your afternoon shift, and you could even continue to be reading the computer, doing your notes, etc. while you're doing these. It will make you feel so much better when you're done. You're going to thank yourself for investing this time into your day. It's going to help increase your productivity. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Have a great day.